rescue. You want to press people, you have no book. Show me a million rescue. To save somebody, the million rescue.
Yeah. To deliver you from something, take you for something.
So you are the poor people, rescue me, save. But we the old people, rescue the million rescue. That Boakai help me while here.
That's the same thing.
But Jota Boakai can't tell in the water. He can't pour one naked the water back to kill on money. You know they get people the pressure. Husband not working. I live in Joseph. I even made 1,000 a lot. I even made 500 a lot profit. Let me come and go. Children waiting for me. You are Jota Boakai. Where will be our result next year? We wouldn't in 1 year. Where will be our result the following year?
Okay. Thank you so much. What's your name? What's your name?
My name is Patience Manning.
Patience Manning. You selling the market here?
Yes.
What you selling there?
Yes.
But I'm saying anything like you feeling that?
No market. Can't get some. I go look for some.
You go look for the market, you see some?
I see food because the food price, the way up, you not understand ourselves. When you go to there, you buy another price. When you come, you buy a different price. So the money I can put it back on my.
Also, the money you carry in, to the cold storage.
They put it back on my. Very rich.
How much for the fish?
You buy snapper 14,000. What we used to buy 10,000, 8,000. Buy it 14,000. One cartoon snapper 14,000. So we beg the government. We ask y'all to help us to beg our government. We say he came to rescue us. But the rescue that ain't doing that, we're not understanding it. And when they pull the police on the street, our boyfriend here, they're not bringing nothing to us again. They say they can't rescue us. While they cause a motor runner running, they want not doing the one. They are breaking the government. We the poor people, they must find place for us that we must be able to steal our clothes. They got poor people, they got rich people in the town. Some of us, we not got notes from the South God. And that business we do, we not understand our children run to school. Our children, when we can't sell the market, we can't make a damn. They say rescue, but we not understanding the rescue team. So they were taking them from all of the street for smoking, for drugs and things. But I think you see them now. All of them turn to Zoom. They can stay in the freeze.
So the drugs are to you?
It's rampant now. It's more than rampant.
Okay.
The drugs is rampant. Some of them almost 20% on the street because of Zooming.
The zombie drugs?
Yeah, the Zooming and they bring in Jota Boakai. Because we are trying to sell our Kush. But now the Zooming, when he said I see that we are so sticking at it. So we ask him to please, we the parents of our boys' children, we ask him to please help us to make our children to leave Zooming. Because he said he came to change things. And no change, we not understand our land. Police people getting our keke motor back, hata. Police people beating our children on the street. They say they should rise up, they should become go over there, go over that one, everything they do. But what police people are home king? That just one thing we just getting dropping like that. Tell him, don't turn the Napa, tell him sorry. We're not taking somebody out for the country. So you should tell our president to help with the poor people.
Selling money, how's the business?
We get God to go for it.
You don't know you tell God take you for. But money ain't in the country now. In process.
For now, if I have to tell you that before we're all there,
enough appears to be steaming up, while the president and his team appears to be relaxed and living in luxuries. Some Liberians said that's exactly why they're coming out on July 17th. Thousands of Liberians are threatening to take to the streets of Monrovia, all dressed in white, shouting, "Enough is enough!" They will not just be protesting for the sake of it. They are demanding real accountability from their leaders and justice for Liberians. At the center of the storm is a political crisis that's gripping the country. Lawmakers were fighting over who should be Speaker of the House. Accusations were flying, corruption multiplying, and the people left in desperation from rescue to excuse, and now it's you too. Yes, we did it too is the government new slogan. It's not just a political drama. This deadlock has brought government business to a halt. More hunger and increased prices, including the exchange rate, and the people are paying the price. Things are getting uglier. Enough is enough, they say. The suspicious fire at the parliament, private jets, and disregard for the rule of law must stop. Through all this chaos, ordinary Liberians are standing up. People like Titus Pakala, Councillor Isaac Jackson, journalist Alex Beelded, Mulba Morlu, and citizens from every corner of Monrovia and the world are speaking out. They're saying, respect the Constitution, follow due process, and stop using power for personal gain. Why does this matter? Because if the rule of law breaks down, none of us are safe. When leaders fight over power and forget the people, trust disappears, and so does hope. So they're asking you, what kind of Liberia do you want? One where justice is for sale, or one where everyone is equal before the law? The people are demanding answers, and they may not stop until they get them. President Boakai can continue to ignore them and fly his private jets or drive his Lexus, but July 17th will be their day to say, enough is enough. Keep following the International Media Room and across Africa for more update.
By 2017, the number of school-going persons had increased since the end of the Civil War, but the learning outcomes were poor. Many parts of Liberia were without high schools, and children who attended classes in dilapidated structures were taught with inadequate materials by many demotivated teachers who were irregularly underpaid as low as 2,500 Liberian dollars as a monthly salary. With few weak regulatory mechanisms in place, the unprecedented repeated mass failure of students in WAEC and UL entrance examination consistently exposed the failure of the government education system. President Weah's predecessor had conceded to these enormous challenges and had publicly confessed that their education system was a mess. President Weah inherited a mess and immediately started to reverse the downward trend the education sector had taken. President Weah immediately lobbied with GPE for $11 million to support early childhood education in 6 counties. 300 in-service teachers and administrators were trained, and grants were given to 550 early childhood education schools for learning materials. President Weah has also addressed the secondary education challenge. He has attracted $47 million United States dollars from ADA to enable him construct 3 model high schools in Banga, Kakata, and Ganta cities, and is rehabilitating 156 public schools across the country. He is smartly using the funding opportunity to upgrade about 25 public junior high schools to senior high schools to ensure that each education district in Liberia has at least 1 public high school. Construction works are ongoing at the 25 following schools: Dua Gatton and William V. Stockman in Nima County, Nomo Port Central, Draw, Gibsonville, and Troy Public Schools in San Luis County, Barakan, Bonington, and Guiado in Maryland, Chibokan, Tom Y, and Koyankan in River G, Joseph McGill, Bella Fasama, and Gaga Bukita in Bapulu County, Owens Grove, St. John, and Guillotin in Grand Bassa, Bojize, Zamitown, and Yakatan in Riverses, Kokoya Central High in Bond, and Bee Public School in Magibi County. Construction works are also currently ongoing at 18 early childhood primary schools across the country. To reduce the high rate of school female dropouts, President Weah ensured that up to $250 United States dollars was given as sponsorship from 9th to 12th grade to each of 3,000 girls in the counties with the highest rates of secondary school dropouts. President Weah is about to install an all-inclusive solar panel digital library in 157 public high schools across the country, and users will not need internet connection. All of the 157 schools have received 5,000 United States dollars each to prepare the rooms to deploy the digital platform. Since 2018, President Weah has paid $500,000 United States dollars annually as WAS fees for all students taking the exam. Under President Weah, the passing rate of students in WAS and other public exams has improved steadily. President Weah has also made the University of Liberia and all other public tertiary institutions tuition-free to grant the poorest of Liberian students access to higher education. President Weah has sent 30 persons of the University of Liberia Teachers College and the Teachers Training Institute to foreign graduate schools to specialize in different sectors of education to improve the teachers training program. The 30 persons have completed the training. President Weah has completed the rehabilitation and reconstruction of TVET workshops in all 6 multilateral high schools. He has rehabilitated all of the trade workshops at BWI and has constructed TVET workshops at the Kipamos High School. President Weah has removed over 1,000 ghost names from the Ministry of Education payroll and has added 3,000 supplementary teachers who had irregularly received 2,500 Liberian dollars as monthly salary. Under President Weah, all public school teachers are paid at least 150 United States dollars gross salary. President Weah has established the Division for Disability and Inclusive Education for the first time at the Ministry of Education. And with the support from the World Bank, 40 teachers were trained to improve their abilities to identify students with special needs. To inspire nation building and patriotism, President Weah has reinstated civics education in a curriculum for Liberian schools. President Weah has developed several education policies to improve and strengthen regulation of the sector, including the Policy on Health School Administration, School Grading and Quality Assessment Tool, PTA policy, and Girls Education Policy, which introduced the recruitment and deployment of 200 guardian counselors in all public schools. All of these achievements cause us to forget that COVID-19 disrupted President Weah's development drive for a whole year. But even during the pandemic, he solicited help from the development partners and launched a COVID-19 Education Emergency Response Plan. Under the plan, lessons were aired by radio, 6,000 plus kits were procured, 150 watch facilities were constructed in public schools. Risk prevention controls were established to create safe environments for the speedy reopening of schools. During the COVID-19 pandemic, President Weah also provided relief packages for about 20,000 private school teachers who were not fortunate to receive salaries like their public school counterparts. Thank you, President Weah.
All right. So, fellow Liberians, home and abroad, it's a privilege again for us to be on here this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whatever the time is from your end and wherever you find yourself. We want to say thank you so much for your presence as always. What we urge you to kindly do for us is to hit for us the share button. Uh, those of you who are following us, we want to say thank you so much for your support, for you following. We again want to encourage you to please subscribe to our page. The subscription will be able to help us a lot. Subscription is about, I think, $1 or $2 or so, somewhere around there about. We are appealing to you to please subscribe, because through the subscription, at least we can be able to earn, some at least little cash for us to keep the platform going. So please, we urge you to please do that for us. We also urge that if you are, here with us for the very first time, we want to say please like the page, please follow the page, and please share the page. By sharing the page, you see, the good thing about sharing good content is that whenever you share this content on your page, you are not only sharing the information for the person, but you are also sharing it for yourself. So it means that you attract other people to your page. This is one of the advantages. Let me tell you how how my page has grown over the period. I look at those things that are very interesting and I share it on my page. So when I share it, people who follow me on my page, they go there and see these things. Guess what? They know that I share something positive, not only listening to that thing that I have shared, but they also follow me. That is one of the the tactics, or that is one of the, the way that you can grow your page as an individual. You can get people following you based on the contents that you share, the things that you share. So this has been one of my secret that I'm telling you. This is one of my secret. I take my own time, share things, go out there, see things, that are of importance, and I share it. It also helps to boost my page and to make people to also know that those things that I share is of importance. So please, those of you who are here with us, you can do us a favor, you can share. So by sharing, you are not only helping to spread the message from our end, but you are also helping to be able to grow your own page. It help you, to grow your page too, especially with this positive, content. So please, I urge that you please hit for us the share button, share the page. You can also do us a favor. You can tag somebody, to come and listen. You can tag someone in the comment section. Maybe, for example, you have a friend, you can just write the person name and say, oh, John Brown, Peter Flomo, or, blah, blah, blah. And definitely, that individual will receive some kind of notification that, yes, this person or that person is on. And then they will be able to join us. So please, we are urging you to do that. For us, we don't have $3,000. We don't have $10,000 to give to people. All we can do is to keep appealing. And we want to say, please do us that favor. Do us that favor. So I myself, usually before coming on, I always make sure to share. I always share. And that one thing I can do for myself, I always share. So you can also do the same, you can also do the same. Hit the share button, share with friends, share with family members, and let them know that, we are here. Please let them know that we are here. Yeah. Let them know that we are here. Let them know that we are here. So again, we want to say thanks to each and every one of you. I want to begin with something that is very comical. But before that, I want to say to you, fellow Liberians, the things that led us to the civil conflict, civil unrests, that led to almost about 300,000 persons losing their lives. We are seeing it. It is happening again. The things that cause us to hunt each other like animals, the thing that caused our nation to go backward, we are seeing it again under this particular regime. And it is our responsibility to inform you, to tell you. You see, I will always say this here on this platform. Our duty is to inform you. Our duty is to tell you. Our duty is to enlighten you, is to educate you. Our duty is to ensure that when we receive this information, we give it to you. And what we do here, it is a God-given responsibility. It is part of our patriotic duty as a Liberian residing abroad. We consider ourselves to be ambassador of our country. And so what we do here is we take it as a responsibility. It's a work that we do. I don't come on here to play. You see me, I come on my page here to play. They page and I play thing. I don't engage into play. Everything that you see me doing here, it is serious. It has life attached to it. This is a divine calling that has been given to us. So when we do this, we do it effortlessly. We don't struggle. We are not depending on any individual. If we were depending on individual or are depending on individuals, then they were not going to be here. If we're depending on some kind of people, they say, oh, man, yeah, they're paying you, they're giving you money. Tell a day, then we go. Because the first thing I will say, but the men are paying me, so what need for me to talk? But when you have the passion to do something, when you are doing it based on your commitment, whether comes rain, comes sun, or whatever the weather is, we do it and we feel pleased doing it. So again, I want to say welcome to each and every one of you in a special way. Let me recognize some of our people that have joined us here. Let me recognize you. I want to recognize Men of Faith. You are highly welcome. That's my own brother right there. I want to say you are highly welcome, sir. Appreciate your presence here. Men of Faith, thank you so much. I also want to recognize uh, Didumo Cooper. You are highly welcome. I want to welcome Mario. Mario, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. We also want to take this time to welcome Garrison Nyafo. You are highly welcome. Thank you so much. We appreciate your presence here. Uh, Bannersville is in the house. Yeah, Bannersville is in the house. Bannersville is in the house. We want to welcome you and all of the folks there in Bannersville. James, Gib, we want to say you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for your presence here. Collie and Moba, we want to say thank you. Again, let me just say to all of you, you have the right to disagree with us, whether be it in the comment section or during the call-in segment. But what we want to say is that refrain from using invectives, abusive languages around here. You can express yourself. You can disagree with me in the strongest term without using any kind of foul language or languages. And the reason why we say this is because of the caliber of people that follow us. The caliber of people that follow us. I am grateful to announce to you that. Anyway, I'll leave this. I'll leave this for now. But the caliber of people that follow us, very committed, following. So we want to say disagree with us, call in, but please do not use invectives on this page. The reason why we continue to grow and attract the kind of people we attract is because of the way we carry ourselves on this page and the way we carry the page. So please, we appeal to you, please. You can disagree with us, but please, we will not take insults. We will not take insults. Please, we beg you. We hold your foot. Yeah. Jerry Jr., you are welcome. L. Jerry Jr., we appreciate your presence. Thank you so very kindly. I want to play you a video here. You know, like I always say to my people, I know Joseph Numa Boakai like my ABC. I know him very well. So I can easily detect his next move. I can easily detect what he will be doing or what he intend to do in the next 6, 7, 8 months. I can be able to deduce that or detect it. The reason is I make Joseph Numa Boakai my subject. I make him the center of my study. So at the end of the day, I know who he is because I follow him from day one. Boakai is a contradiction to what he told you yesterday. He's a contradiction to it. The reason why we continue to call the name of Boakai and expose him is because Boakai is the danger that we face as a people and as a nation. Boakai is like a pending volcano eruption in our country. And so we must educate our people how to avoid this particular eruption that is about to take place or that is taking place. You know, here in America where we live or in the Western world, the people can be able to send out information ahead of time. For example, if a rain will fall and cause what we call flooding, they will send that particular when you go on your page or when you go check your weather, because it's something that we do every time. When you wake up in the morning and look at your phone, when you read the weather, it will tell you that, oh, well, there will be rain and this rain is going to cause this problem, that problem. Because of that, more lives are saved because of the early warning system that the people have in the Western world. They save a lot of life. For example, if something is supposed to happen, maybe there's going to be a thunderstorm somewhere, or maybe there's going to be, let's say, a hurricane somewhere. The people have a system that they can detect that there will be, a hurricane earlier. And by so doing, they help to save more life because they inform the people and the people take the necessary measure to be able to evacuate from that, or they evacuate the people from that area or leave from that area earlier. So because of that, if about 1,000 persons supposed to maybe be unalive by this natural disaster, because of the early warning intervention, or because of the early warning, if you choose, it will help to save more people. So you see that. So what we are doing, we are informing you ahead of time. We are giving you the information so that you can adequately prepare yourself or avoid this calamity. Even though we told you before elections that Justice Newman Boakai was a calamity, that if you allow him to the seat of the presidency, he will carry us back almost 40 years. And that's what we are seeing. We are retrogressing as a people. We are retrogressing as a nation. The level of development that we were on, the path of progress that we were on in the positive direction. Now we are seeing that the curve has now made a U-turn and we are now descending instead of ascending. I play you a video earlier of President Weah initiative in the education sector, what he was doing in the education sector. But that will be by the way, we'll come there. Now, I saw this video and I was like, wow, we've not even entered the rainy season yet, fellow Liberian, good, so to speak. But what we are seeing is terrible. And you know why it is terrible? I will tell you why it is terrible. But before that, let me play you the video for you to see what is happening in Liberia. Jerry Rena for today. Look at what happened. Let's go there for you. That's good. This is it today. Courtesy of DTV Online. Courtesy of DTV Online. Here is it. This is Freeport. You see that? This is Freeport just today. Here is it. Courtesy of DTV Online. This is Freeport. The entire place. This is Freeport, my people. Freeport. Oh. The early this morning they did this video. Early this morning. Freeport. You see that? Y'all see that? Let me play it again. Let's watch it again. This is Freeport. This is the area. Y'all see that? Fine. Let me take this off. Why am I showing you this? I am showing this to you to tell you that the government that we have elected to solve problem is not solving problem, but they are creating the problem. They don't care about the problem being solved. No, they don't care about that. Just a minute, please. They don't care about solving the problem. When President Weah became president of the Republic of Liberia. There's something very unique that he did. Very unique. Were there flooding? Yes, there were flooding. But you know what President Weah did? Now I will tell you this. President Weah was able to implore the young people. These young people were employed to ensure that the drainages around Liberia, or maybe Monrovia and its environment, so to let's just put it, Monrovia and its environment, that they carry on a vigorous cleaning, a cleaning up of all of the drainages. Because during the rainy season, you know, most of these drainages, especially during the dry season, they are used almost as a dump site. That's how evil and how wicked we are to ourselves. So we use these drainages as dump site to the extent that those drainages that get covered, that they cover, people will be brave enough to take dirt in the net and shop it inside. And these things were happening. The Unity Party ran a campaign and said, "Oh, you see there, oh, Jefferson Koji, the man wearing Kuji, that other thing." So President Weah employed some young people, including some old people, and their responsibility were to ensure that these drainages are clear up and they are clean, so that during the rainy season, the water can have easy passage. That even though there will be flooding, but the flooding will not be as disastrous as we are seeing it now under the Joseph Numa Boakai. At least we know why it's raining, the water will be going. The water will be going. So as soon as the rain stop, within less than no time, you see the place dry. So that helped to be able to curtail and reduce the amount of flooding that used to happen in Monrovia and its environs under the Weah-led administration. These people were employed. Some of them were making up to $150, some of them $175, some of them $80, and etc. He also employed people to sweep the streets. So during the rainy season under the Weah administration, don't get me wrong, I am not saying that we didn't have the flooding, but it was not as bad as it is right now under the Boakai administration. Since Boakai took over, the 2 rainy seasons that we are seeing has been very terrible. And the reason is those people who at least used to clean these drainages, do their letting, they finish sacking them. They finish sacking them. They put them down. They sack them. So because they sack these people, guess what happened? Nobody cleaned these drainages. To the extent that grass growing in these drainages. The drainages that we have in now, that's water at least supposed to pass in, guess what? Sand is filling up those drainages. Nobody is there to clean it. So these drainages are just vulnerable. Very vulnerable. Nobody is cleaning it. The people who are supposed to clean it, the MCC people, they're not cleaning it. They're running in the market, running behind people to collect $75, $50 from them, $100. They're not cleaning it. The people who are supposed to be cleaning it, John Shafa is busy stealing at the MCC there, collecting money that is supposed to be raised and sent to government for development. That Boakai is collecting the money and putting it in his pocket. Siafa is putting money in his pocket instead of raising money that the government will be able to benefit from. They may benefit instead. And the balance one is saying it to Joseph Numa Boakai, how you call foundation. So at the end of the day, they have neglected their responsibilities. And they are not working. They are not doing it. Filth is taking over the place. Yesterday, they said the reason why filth was taking over was because Jefferson Tamako, they made incompetent, they made this, they made that. The people now who are competent have neglected their responsibility and duty. I want to welcome my sister Hawa. You are highly welcome, Hawa Tote. How are you, man? Thank you so much for joining us. I also want to welcome Queen Mickey. How are you, Queen? Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Agatha Glasgow, how are you? Thank you for your presence here. Thank you. Want to thank all of you. So, what is happening is that the people who are supposed to be employed, or the people who were employed yesterday by the We Are led administration, guess what is happening? These people are no longer working. So, all of these areas are now vulnerable. All of these places that you see, they are all vulnerable to the extent that you are seeing now the drainages in the communities, in other areas, they are all blocked. So the water is not even moving. The water is not even moving. The water is not moving. This is terrible. And the only place that we call home is Liberia. And what is happening there is almost like leading us, if nothing is done, to checkmate the government that is there currently. I am afraid we are retrogressing as a people. Retrogressing. All of the progress that we made over the period, everything that we did to put Liberia on the map, the blood that was shed to ensure that that nation is quiet, is peaceful. All the progress that we have made or have been made in Liberia, they are all retrogressing. We are going back to square zero. The current government that is there, these people are stealing as if somebody says stealing is going out of style. They are stealing. What is happening now is above corruption. If there is any bigger war for corruption, is what is happening. The government officials are now stealing in Liberia. What kind of wickedness is this? What will it take you to pay somebody $150 or $175 to clean these drainages? So they put all of these people down, almost 1,000 plus of these people who were working all around Monrovia and its environs. They put all of them down. So now, during the rainy season, the water has nowhere to go. So it just set down, entering in people's houses, destroying properties. That is the legacy of Joseph Nyoma Boakai. We have a president that is 80 plus years old, that you think should have wisdom, but unfortunately, the man lacks wisdom. He lacks wisdom. He is busy witch hunting people, running after people to disgrace them, so to speak. Instead of focusing on what will be able to develop our country. The man is focusing on how to divide the country while we are, in noise, and he's stealing. Because what Joseph Nyuma Boakai and his people are doing in Liberia is what we call pure stealing. And that is the reason why come July 17, we are going to be protesting. And we dare the police, we dare the army, and dare anybody to kill one of our people. You will regret your action. We are saying this with our faces attached to it. We dare the police, we dare Gregory Como, the police director. We dare Joseph Nyuma Boakai nephew, the army chief, that they should do anything stupid in our country. Come July 17, they will see what will happen. They will see what will happen. Enough is enough. You don't continue to use the people as if to say they are your slaves. The days and the years of slavery have far gone. The years have far gone. We are living in a free world. We will not allow an ailing 80 plus years old man to subject all of us to complete silence. No, it will not work. If during the war, the rebels could not keep us silent, that you the one, you Boakai, you 80-year-old sick man, that you the one who made us to be quiet. During the most difficult period of our nation history, we were not silenced, we were talking. Then you where you 80-year-old plus, you sick. Now you the one who keep us quiet with a police that cannot even, adequately take care of Monrovia. The level of crime rate has increased. There is a story I saw of a girl. I felt so bad. Douala now has become a no-go zone. Once it's after 7, Douala is a no-go zone. Can you imagine? I don't want you to believe it. Let me bring this video for you to see. Douala now has become a no-go zone. Once it is 7, a young lady was robbed in Douala. She was robbed. Can you imagine? This is the video. This is the video right here. Let me just show you this video.
Last night by 8 o'clock coming from Douala. My people are in here.
Here is it.
Douala. The train it were on the back. They tried checking my bag. The force that they use. When they accident,
You see
just
that?
see me one small thing. But
Here is it.
my people are in here. Last night by 8 o'clock coming from Douala. The train it were on the back. They tried checking my bag. The force that they use. When they accident, just see me one small thing. But I'll go to my birthday news for today. Last night the train almost came me for bed for material thing.
You see how the country is turning into? But then you have Gregory Como, who is the police director. The idiot supposed to be doing his work. The fool supposed to be doing his work. But you get Gregory Como who is not doing his work. You get Gregory Como who will dress, passing all around the place, put a butt in the air, get a dolphin, and not even working to ensure that our country is safe. The criminal rate now in Liberia has increased. This time in certain area when it is after 7, you can't go there. It's a no-go zone. Under the administration of President I was in Liberia when I did a video, right? In fact, it was after 12 o'clock when I did a video in Dupo Road. One of the most terrible area. I'm not going to, I don't want to, but I'm not going to call the area. But one of the most terrible area in Dupo Road. Those of you who follow me, we were there at night. A friend of mine who lived in Dupo Road told me, he said, my man, Dupo Road and I get by again. Oh. Dupo Road have gotten worse than ever before. I'm like, what? He said, yeah, Prince. Dupo Road have gotten worse. Especially that part of Dupo Road. He said that during the administration of President Weah, every night at least we used to see police patrol. The PSU, ERU, they will be patrolling the community. The garden, some of them, you will see 5, 6 of them, just walking around, patrolling the place. But now it is not happening under this administration. Gregory Como, the amount of police officers that are behind Gregory Como that are well armed is capable enough to be able to declare disaster in any country. Who got time for you, Gregory Como, in Liberia? You think Liberia, we are wicked people? You think we are wicked? No. Liberians, we have one of the most loving people on the planet Earth. For talk, we can talk, but we are not wicked set of people. But look at Gregory Como. Gregory Como alone, he has more than 20 police officers behind him, passing with gun. Sometimes I say that, but when these people, they can be excited holding gun, right? Well, maybe when they get gun in their hand, or when they get gun people behind them, or people behind them holding gun in the name of these are your bodyguard, you happy. Look at Gregory Como. Look at Gregory Como, what is happening? Gregory Como alone, the amount of police officers that are behind Gregory Como is sufficient enough to keep Douala safe. That the video I just showed you, there are more videos that I can display to you of people being terrorized by criminals. 7, 8 o'clock. What? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Red Douala, just Douala, red dead Douala. And guess what? They get zone 1 not too far from that Douala. They get even Nukutan, the Nukutan depot not too far from there also. But guess what? A friend of mine was telling me, he said, Prince, once it's 6 o'clock, forget it. This time the depot then can be empty. 6 o'clock, the depot, all of them empty. So I'm like, my man, what's going on? He said, Prince, I said, what's going on, brother? When you get a government that does not care about security, the only thing they care about the people who will be behind them, but they don't care about the collective good for the security. So once it's 6, 5:36 to 7, forget it. We're going to go also. We're going to go find what we're supposed to do. Some of all we come with sun. At the end of the day, as soon as we finish signing, forget it. We're going back to our house, or we're going to go do our other hustle. Police station that used to operate 24 hours around the clock. This time now, these police stations, they are virtually closed. You go there, you will see 1 or 2 person there. Say, well, what happened when you go? Say, oh, I get case. Say, but they play well, and we not plenty here, but we not get back. We not get this. We get that. So our people are left at the mercy of criminals. Criminals are now deciding what to do to our people because the police are not around. The police are not empowered. Gregory Como cares about himself. He alone get more than 20 police officers behind him. Look at the boy when he's walking. Just look at him when he's walking. You see police officer behind him, you say, but man, what happens? So I know now he the one, the third president in the Republic of Liberia now. I don't know. When you take a useless man, or when you take a man who wants to be a politician and put him in the security sector, you see the nonsense that can happen? And you see the nonsense that can happen? Look at this girl. Look at what happened to this girl. Look at what happened to her. And this is just a case. This is just half of, in fact, there's not even one of it. Because more terrible ones are even happening. Here is it.
My people are in here
Hey, what to?
last night by 8 o'clock coming from Twala.
Look there.
The train were on the park. They tried checking my bag.
You see there?
The force that they use. We made accident. You see me on small thing. Well, I go.
Police, when you go to Liberia, the police, instead of doing the work, they are on Broad Street collecting money. They are on different street corners. As soon as one taxi pass, they pray, they blow whistle. Liberia now has almost become like a war zone. Everywhere you pass, they get checkpoint. Everywhere you pass, they get checkpoint. But criminals are in the community terrorizing people. While the police that should be after in protecting lives and property, they're running behind how you call motorcyclists. They're running behind taxi drivers to take money from taxi drivers. While our people are living in a complete fear. You see what is happening in Liberia? We are retrogressing as a people. A nation that was once cherished and talked about in a positive light. Today, that nation is retrogressing in every sector. Corruption has taken over government. I saw the labor minister. This make me to laugh. There is something the labor minister did. I'm like, is Councillor Cooper Kura, is this man really serious? Is this guy really serious? This labor minister of ours? Is he really serious? Few days ago, we saw the labor minister giving almost about 10,000 permits to people. 10,000 permits to people who will go to Liberia and do work that Liberians can do. I mean, just this common work Liberians can do. Gas station attendants and etc. I mean, just common work. I mean, work that Liberians can do. Liberians that are looking for job, they don't even get a job. The job is not even there. Liberians, the job is not even there. But here you have a labor minister who is taking our job, job that we could do while you're talking about investor, and then they're giving us investor. Investor coming in to attend to what you call gas station pump, fuel pump. Then he said that investor. Investor coming to come be coke. He said that investor, that senior investor down there. So you take almost 10,000 permits. Job that Liberians supposed to get. You giving it to other people. People who say they're coming to invest, you're giving it to them. But guess what the labor minister did? That was so funny. I saw the thing, I started laughing. After the man gave job to Let me come in just a minute. Okay, let me bring it here. This is what happened. I want you to see this video before we bring our brother. Let's play this video here. This is the labor minister, right? Let's go ahead. This is the labor minister. Labor minister. The labor minister is in conversation, or he's vexed. He's mad at a flagger, a Chinese guy who was serving as a flagger on one of the road that they put him mud on. Rainy season time, they facing mud with yeah. Rainy season, they put him mud on road. So the labor minister now saw this Chinese guy who is a flagger, who is there telling the car, no, don't come, or can, wait, or go slow, or move on the other side, the labor minister got vexed and said, what their job here, the Liberian is supposed to do it. It has supposed to be you, Chinese man. So let's go ahead. Just observe here. Here is it. Yeah, get a Liberian to do it.
This is not job for these people to do. That is not for Liberian to do it. I don't want to come next time here and see the people doing this kind of thing. Okay? You okay, their people. How you doing, sir? Yeah, how you doing? I'm doing good. We have flag about it. Just say, okay. If it's not okay, one of you can do it. Okay. Listen. I say, if the other people are not here, one of you can do it. Yeah. You can't be here. Okay, sir. Okay? Okay, sir. Okay.
This is the labor minister. You see, these people are so unserious, and these are some of the things that can really piss me off. This was the man yesterday who gave about 10,000 jobs.
Yes.
One of the person that he gave payment to do well, that will be flagger. But today now he coming, I don't know what he want to show. That no, there are job here, and not supposed to be Liberian, and not Chinese men supposed to do it. You're supposed to find Liberian to do it, when you employ Liberian to do it. But you forget when you are giving out the permits, you don't know that some of the permits that you are giving out, you are giving payment out to some of these people to be flagger. My brother Jake, I want to welcome you. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you? How's your end, Chief?
Salute, boss. Thank you. Everything okay? Yeah, everything okay on this side. Yeah. We're doing
That's
good.
great. That's great. Well, man, let it cool in your area.
No, not cold. It's sunny time, but a little bit cool.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah,
Anyway, you got the AC, so that one fire, yeah. You got the AC. Yeah. So
no, understand. We don't use we're building it. No AC in Europe, yo. That only in the car there. Most of the way the people build our houses here, maybe only rich people, maybe rare rich people get AC in their houses, but majority of the houses here in this country, because we get strong winter on this side, they don't put AC. Okay. They use only fan until when it's very hot. Yeah. But the way you see AC in Liberia or other places, yeah, it's not like in Europe. All part of Europe, it's difficult to find until you really reach and things then, yeah. Or to say AC all over the country, no. Maybe there are places there, offices, offices and things for the top employees and things then, yeah. But it's very hard. Yeah.
I see. Thank you so much. Justina Harris, you are welcome. Daniel, thank you for joining us. Timeni, thank you so much for your presence here. Ma Matheson, we appreciate your presence here. Awatote, all of you. Thank you so much for joining us. Agatha Glasgow, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for your presence here. I mean, all of you. My brother, earlier we were talking on, just in passing, we're talking on the criminal rate that is now increasing in Liberia. That to the extent that some areas, a friend of mine coming from Dupo Road, you say, Prince, I say, yes, my man. Dupo Road now is going back to almost like the dark days. To the extent that this time now, sometime when after 6:30 to 7, you're setting part of Dupo Road now, I mean, we scare. We can fasten around that area. And the place dark, no current. I live doing weird time, they have current all around the place, some kind of way. It used to scare criminals. Douala, where be Douala? Douala, you know you add no Douala. Lay it down there, we just play a video that a girl was robbed. 8 o'clock. I can say it stay soon. 8 o'clock. In fact, sometimes in some other area, people can be outside, they stay selling. A friend of mine called me and said that place now has now become a criminal hideout under this administration. My brother, let's just hear from you what you have, and then we can look at other issues and whatever we have to discuss.
Yeah, great topic. Preach. Let me say this. I'm a first-hand witness. You know, I was in Liberia. I really first-hand witness. Preach, not only duper road. They get gold zone in Liberia. When you come from Europe and other places in Liberia, from away from Europe and any part of, let's say you come from overseas. Even Ghana Bay is no go zone in the night. No go. I mean, New Jersey, Ghana Bay, red light, all this area there. I was in the country, they want to fight. If anybody think a lie, they come on the platform, it was in Liberia, they can't debunk it. Facts, there's no go zone. The only way you go to in the kind of terrain or the kind of area then, probably you know something picking it up from the street, or you tell them, they will be with you to guide you, because most of the criminals in the country, they know each other. Please let me remind Liberia, you remember early in first time, even in Joseph Boakai in first time. You know, really was no go zoom. Really was really as anybody on the platform. Really was terrible until Ellen got vexed. At the time, they got I think police are for operation AB Chroma. If you can still remember, me remind Liberians. Ellen called in office directly. He said rule of law or not rule of law, because they were establishing another state within the states, within the country. Really was no go zoom under the United Party. People quit to forget. The senior trade, he coming back. Until Ellie was angry, man, Ellie called AB Chroma and one other guy came from the states or in the police also. He said, AB, as I hear we see what terrible thing coming. They are robbing, they doing everything just all in the community, in the real area. AB said, man, I can quit that whole operation, give me days. But if I quit that operation, what will happen will happen. I say, AB Chroma did it. AB a contention they got ready. I it was not easy. It was not easy between the police, AB, they put AB at that time, that AB quiet down that whole operation. Ask anybody. I think you was director for operation at that time. The how he quiet down that operation to be then later on, really, he demolished all the high class criminals and the high really was little bit of go soon. But president, that's where Greco come on and just wish something people the real thing for him to do. I say Prince, Banave, anybody from Banave watching the channel that you can watching the live they can come. New Jersey, plenty of theory in our country, especially our vacation time, like Christmas, New Year day. It is well they say December time. It's a no go zone. You don't hang on there so easy. You got to get somebody that will wash your back. Even you get relative, then you go there early. You come out from there soon. But this era, they're not protecting the area. They're not cracking down all these guys in. But the only thing they're doing, witch hunting, taking motorbike drive, taking motorbike there from the street. But the real things in, that's why you see most of the criminal things are going on in the country and robbing on the highest masses. Facts. Prince, I was shocked. All of you here. You see, that one so now God is good. God made a garden to come to power. All our propaganda that was spread about body. Prince, in a short period of time, 1 year and a half, we are seeing more death on Joseph Boakai than George Weah. But you see, nobody coming on social media, flagging it, taking the personal responsible. But every death in the country at that time, they were George Weah.
Sure.
They were George Weah. They will bring everybody taking pictures. Sooner Bale lay down, George Weah. Anything happen, George Weah. What the person not even here where that was so now I say, yeah, and let sometimes how they sing happy. Let Liberian people know it. That next time nobody will propagate propaganda to come on radio station or podcast and they will listen to them. Because everything that went wrong on they will say went wrong on Georgia, it happened on them. Worst
And
way.
worse is even happening.
Terrible. Worse. Please, I say in 1 year, 7 months now. July today, that's July, that's 7 months now. More death happen. People barely laying and more death happen. On this. Imagine we got 3 years here. Imagine what more will come. All I think when you reaching that said, listen to me. Patrick Suru in recent history, it did best. No matter, you remember, preach all the ghetto in the country, all the ghetto, Patrick Suru were there, real squad, they go there. Their spoons, their stupid spoon toy, they want to elaborate. I just surprised them elaborating watching spooning. They can be nothing on the stupid platform because they won't be relevant. That they see spooning every time they were flaking Patrick. Oh, Patrick Suru cracking down on people. Patrick Suru cracking down on the drugs people then. On the drugs people then. They too cracking down on drugs. You can see any video beyond them. Please, I told you why Boakai not serious about all these things. I told you Boakai is not running for 2020 now, so you don't care. But all these things, you know we hunt tomorrow? We hunt the vice president because he will hunt the vice president Jeremiah Kun because why he want to take part 2020 now. He getting very quiet. He not talking nothing. He not telling the fact to the Liberian people here, Patrick Suru. He vice president. He not voicing nothing. We documenting all this video, all these things. He very moved. He mobile right now in the country. The only thing he come after, he running after yellow machine in China and other things there. But the issue in the country, the issue that bothering the Liberian people, what the United Party used to say, the bread and butter issue. The bread and butter issue. You ever saw Jeremiah Kun talking there? Nope. Even the United Party, they don't talk about the bread and butter issue again. They talk about yellow machine. How to bring 200 yellow. Why la bread do with 200 yellow machine? Why you do with 200? Look at the way he fled. Look at the minister or traveling. I don't know where country he going. How you will be face that dumb the people dumb? How will you face raw rainy season? You putting mud, you putting another dust on wasting money. When you living in the West there. Winter time, every construction company that people work on are doing construction. Every construction company we are winter here, everybody start construction. Even when the sun really hot, they will tell you get your rest for 2-3 days. When the sun go down, then you start your construction. Our part of weather, the rainy season is very, very bad. But you put in more than the rain, and the rain coming in there July and August. What it will do? It will clear all the mud. So you see, they're wasting another money again. Guinea resources. Guinea Delity. You know what they're rushing? Let me tell you what they got in rushing. I told you, George, we have changed the political landscape in our country. The politics in our country, you got to develop. You got to develop. A choking the United Party. They can't believe it. Georgia own speed developing all these things. So they want equal with George we are. So really CCO, not really CCO. They will be fighting to do something for them to say, oh, we're facing the one here. We're facing the one. Georgia change the course of politics in Liberia. Whereby you see politicians relax.
Sure.
They won't do nothing for the community. They don't want to do nothing for the country. But Georgia King, he developed, he fingerprint the country. So United Party won't equal with him. 2 years, going to 1 year and a half now, 1 year, 7 months. We don't hardly see too much fingerprint of the United Party. No, you can see it. All the project, then that Georgia project, then they start to, and when government continues, we know government continue. But the problem, when they're failing, because they won't record now, they say, oh, yeah, that George reacting here, or at the government team, we'll continue when we finish, we'll start our team. They won't acknowledge the main project, then they won't acknowledge that they can start this thing. Even the highway, that our international highway now, you will see the debating for them. They see jail on them used to say our death trap. You remember they'll carry video then there. They will say our death trap. All these crazy things now. But most of them now, because they face it, because the funds are already secure for that highway. Funds are, you don't know. What the president don't like talking. That's why yesterday I called all the ministers for public where our Madam Coco there. I said, but Madam, you come outside and talk this thing. All the funding you have, all the things that you secure, your pass over to the United Party. Come and challenge Giddies. Say, Giddies, listen to me. I'm a former public work minister here. These are the things that we initiate. These are the things that we that on the book for you to continue. When she break it down, Liberian people will know it. That's why I say I was calling the CDC people now. They shouldn't be in the closet no more. Everybody gets social media. When Giddy say lie, let me check Giddy's thing. She was there. Manokoko was there. She replaced our puppet that died. So she was there. She did a lot of work in short period of time. She was all on the field. But when I saw the problem where minister going on the field, Manokoko was all around inspecting every project and things. She was hands on deck. She wearing a military booster, all these things you used to see it. Face or rasta hair, whatsoever. She was one of the hard-working person minister on George were in recent story before they take them out of power. When you saw Giddy's going, Giddy told $22 million, go to the legislature, go to our parliament. The legislature laying to slap with that kind of huge amount of money. So majority of the legislature are making to slap with that money. They get that he was all in a cookie jar.
Sure,
They never have no tape. You don't never have no tape. They will never let to slap. They could impeach it. They will get back and sack the man.
I agree with you.
They want to double up, but they're not doing nothing about. You know what? You know what the director, I mean the minister one that say, oh, we want Chinese men away because pray we flaking it. We flaking him. Anytime he out crazy, Boakai will suspend him. So now he running on to all the projects that are looking for the Chinese people now. To say you gotta wear here, but if I get to know he get 10,000 per month to all these same people there, holding flare, shaking there. That even in the West here, you can see the country where I live, you can see the typical the people that do that kind of job. That's true. For us, if you can say it's engineering, we tata engineering things then. But the typical Belgian, you see them doing that kind of small job, then they put that country first here, print. If you go to ask anybody that live in the Western world, they put that citizen first. When you can apply for a job, no matter how you qualify, that citizen not qualify. Ask anybody in the West. I don't know about America. They will put that citizen first. After that citizen, before the second company. But our minister not putting our citizen first. He's sharing permit.
And you know what is even more scaring, like you said, what is even more scaring is the lawmakers who are supposed to ensure that these things, they calm down hard on these people. They have relaxed. They've relaxed. Like, for example, the issue of the 22 million that you're talking about. $22 million was given to Giddings, and he misused that money. Only for him to come and say, oh, my people, you all forgive me. And the lawmakers were able to say, my man, go and sin no more.
Because they had caught. They had a envelope. When they don't, you saw they don't talking. None of them talking. They don't know what say they were the great talkative at that time. None of them were talk priest. We just pray. Let's just pray, lay long and wait for the 2029. Because nothing will happen. But pray that read today, maybe probably you will see on social media. Someone fella and maybe coding, they fighting, they won't get too much up, they won't get plenty gas slip to the speaker. I said they had a broad. When I said almost for them to fight in the legislature today. Because certain, I said the people sitting now, they just like dummy now. Someone following all what people respected, all of them coerce, all of them now. Please, we're in a mess, man. We're in a mess. You know,
of recent, my brother, we saw a communication here from Joseph Nyuma Boakai nominating the Chief Justice in persons of Justice Yami Kwekwe-Gbese.
Yeah.
From Nimba County, he was nominated, to serve as Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia. Because, the old mother is there, she's about to retire of age, about to retire. Let's talk about this. What is your own take on this particular appointment of Justice Yami Gbese? How do you view it? What are you saying?
Prince, I'm not a lawyer, but a glaring man, Prince. You don't have to have just common sense. So let me tell you, the Supreme Court, Prince, you know why he point that man? Prince, I would take me and say I always think out of the bad facts. Where Jeremiah can come from?
Nimba County.
They're planting him for 2029 in case election problem. When the case go, Prince, I don't think all of the bus. I'm not a journalist. I'm not a journalist by profession. But for me, I quite to see this thing. If for Nima County, the president pull in there. In case any election problem in the country, where it will go to? It will go to the Supreme Court. Where they will go, Prince?
Wow.
They will go to the Supreme Court. In case of rankling, the Supreme Court will make a decision and say, yeah, you win the election. What will happen? Listen, they're planting people now. Now, why I say the people now, the people now ruling. The people thinking about 2029. Just they're planting that sea all over the place. They left. Let me remind you again. Malalasana Brown, the NEC boss, and she was suspended.
Yeah.
And they pull her back.
Yeah.
who made it to cheat the election? That the NEC boss with McCarthy then. Deep. I said, sorry. You'll be shocked here when I tell you. Anybody must fact check me. You know McCarthy, the ambassador. You were on the board of NEC. You were part of the NEC. You were part of them. First year. How can an ambassador, like a ambassador in America on the board for the people election? All these people were planted. Now, when you used to see Malcolm McCarthy making all these statements, but Georgia never knew when Georgia see he was going to try to play basketball takes on him. I told you yesterday, it was bro that the people, they did everything. Manalasana is there. You can remember again. They see the Unity Party from the initial say, oh, they want Manalasana, you can remember?
Yeah.
They want Manalasana. She's a PA-agent. I say so. She's a real radical PA-agent that can stand the president. Let me tell you today, cannot stand George Weah. So they're planting them for 2029. Now, why you see they take the guy from Nima County to play into the Supreme Court in case anything happen concerning 2029 election. The board will be in a court. And they will make the decision. And the Supreme Court made decision. Everybody should know a Baba. But let them play the sport. And what documents are there? The Supreme Court made a lot of decisions, Boakai urinated on the Constitution. So CDC will never allow it to. If the country, let me tell you something. I will tell people 2029. I will say, hey, yeah, let us keep this video. They either break Liberia or make Liberia. They are Prince. This 2029. They watch a war. 2029. I'm saying here, there's not predation. It either break Liberia or it carry back to the dark days. Because the Unity Party, they're doing everything possible to never relinquish power to George Weah. I told Liberians here, George Weah is the only obstacle standing between the guys and power. George Weah, no political leader in that country besides George Weah that the people are afraid of. Facts. He's the only man standing, the last man standing to their rule, no matter how they want to rule that country. I told you the Unity Party love power. Even Ellen Johnson Sirleaf love power. All of them love power. So in that way, Boakai now running, they're preparing, they're planning the sea already to the Supreme Court, the NDC, and other places. By 2027 to 2028, you will see what I'm saying here. That people will say, yeah, Jake, you are ahead of your game. You saw a long time. They're planting these people in case election fraud or election problem, it will go directly to our Supreme Court. And who there?
The
Supreme Court will make that decision. So that why why he make that appointment. And
when
in
it
real
comes to
life,
this,
the president have the right to make the appointment.
yeah, sure, he has the right. When it comes to this issue of the appointment of George Bese, there are a few things I want to send out to Liberians that they must understand. In keeping with the Constitution, it is the right of the president to be able to appoint the, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia, to nominate, nominate, appoint, or whatever, the Chief Justice. But this is what I see in this whole appointment of George Kwekwe. Like you rightly said, this entire election of 2029, Jeremiah Kun is buying his way. And this is what I want to say to you, fellow Liberians. Jeremiah Kun is doing everything to buy his way. If you look at the by-election that was held in Nimba, you saw Jeremiah Kun in that by-election. That by-election in Nimba County, Jeremiah Kun wanted to show and to prove to Joseph Nyuma Boakai and the Unity Party that he is capable enough of delivering Nimba and delivering the vote. There is this notion that these people are having that Nimba County will always decide the presidency. This is the illusion that people are living in. That when it comes to Nimba County, they will always, that is a fact, according to them, that Nimba County will always make decision. They will always make the president. That is the, the saying of our people. Since 25 to 2023, Nimba County will make the president. We are the king's maker. We are the king's maker. So when you saw Jeremiah Kun going in Nimba County with all of his force, to the extent that Jeremiah Kun was even violently disrespecting and disobeying and violating the laws, we saw these people giving out money in a broad daylight. It was not a joke. It was not play. We saw them giving out money. We saw people being intimidated in Nimba County. There were intimidations in Nimba County to the extent that Edith Gongo, where there were certain areas she could not go.
Yes.
Through the help of the vice president, how you call Koga. Koga denied her, and even plenty of people that they must beat them, they must run behind them. So there were certain areas on the video that they could not go. My people, me are smelling danger comes 2029. And nobody, Boakai will not be able to resist the massive approach to have a democratic process. Boakai will not do it. But the process that is going, my people, we must follow this process keenly. We saw what happened in Nimba. Jeremiah Kun was on the ground. In fact, he took almost about 3 weeks. He was there. He was on the ground. We saw Jeremiah Kun calling these chiefs. They had a meeting. I posted it where they said every chief in every district must be able to deliver to the government. If you can't deliver, we will not give you anything. They will close their eyes on you. They will sack you. We saw it on a broad daylight. We saw Koga in a town hall giving money and threatening people that the money that are given to you, you must make sure that this money must reach this person. If the money reach, there will be a problem. We saw it. So Jeremiah Kun is putting himself in a position where he can prove, or he is proving to the Unity Party, that I am capable, I am strong enough, I have what it takes to be able to lead this country. I have what it takes to be able to get the vote. That's what you see right now. Joseph Nyuma Boakai is using Jeremiah Kun all around the place. Why do you think Joseph Nyuma Boakai gave this particular how you call yellow machine thing to Jeremiah Kun? And from 80 something million, Jeremiah Kun now drop it down to 22. My people, the plot is right in front of us. We are looking at it. These people are playing the political game that we are looking at. Remember now, George Kwekwe Bese, Yami Bese, was this not the same man during the Fonati Kofa case that said, that gave an opinion and said the thing that these people were doing, it was bad, it was wrong, that the Supreme Court ruled that what they did was completely wrong. How you call it, whatever virus, the antivirus. He explained it to the Liberian people. Remember when they went for the case, what the Kwekwe did? He said, "You're not talking anything." He said, "You were not talking." He kept quiet. He said, "No, me, I'm not talking." Oh. Because I want for people to say, "Look, what makes you to be?" Look, these are some of the things that you can look at and deduce that this man is going to be somebody who will learn with Joseph Nyuma Boakai.
But in 1 minute, Prince, that why he never thought because of the position they were looking for. Let me tell you that why he get awareness. And Prince, we are critical thinking on their platform. We can think all of the bad squid, any journalists in that country. We quit to observe things. Disregard, we're not living in the country. No. The people we look at, because we see the politics in the West and we see the politics in Liberia. It's similar thing. Just differences are all. The backslap, the blackmailing, the setup, everything you can see happening in Europe here also. Coalition, everything will happening. So that why he make that statement, because he know they're promising that title. They're promising they're promising it. So now when he hold that title, it will be tough. But let me remind you quick. Let me remind you, one of the mistake. If you look at the vote with Koga and the
Edith Gonglo, where?
Yeah, we're not heavy margin. We're not too much heavy margin. But there is a place, the whole collaboration, the opposition party, the ability, everything. How much people are in our race, Prince? How much people are in our race? There are 4, eh? There were 4.
They were basically, they have 4 contender, but they were more than 4. But basically, 4 major,
Garrison Yellow, ability have somebody. Either Gongo and Koga. The mistake, let me tell you something. The mistake, the opposition must start making that mistake. The mistake they made, Garrison Yellow from the CDC side, all of them was sort of what Jordan said. Everybody and put that weight behind and either Gongo with one candidate against Koka. Then they put every forces in Nima County, every force, every observer, every CDC, never even campaign in that place. People need to. I told people, I said, but the president. I told the president on the social media, I said, go campaign for either Gongo because the second round of your election, let woman supported you. Let Garrison you. Let Garrison you do all of the whole story. He's smart. No, it's not about smartness. No, it's about getting the vote. But they couldn't break that cycle because there were many in that race. But they're going to put that weight, all of them going to put that weight behind either Gongo. In order that a president can be in that county, in order to taste the water, I told people, even I went on a radio station in Monrovia, I told the president, I said, go taste the water. Let's see Prince Johnson not living again. Let's see if the president still get weight in Nima County with all the development. But they never listened to nobody. They did their own thing. So the vice president, all the contingent when in Nima start spending money, intimidating people. That had today they got that result. But if you look at that result today, that result don't have margin. But Prince, I get certain info on the table here. Real info. If they want CDC proceeding, then they just be vigilant, be smart. You will see by 2027, you will see ranking within the Unity Party. Maybe you will confirm that gossip. I hear gossip in the country, maybe you will confirm it. Let me ask you, when last you ever saw the vice president and Koka together in recent times? You ever saw them in recent times?
No.
There is something cooking. Chris, there is something cooking. I will say yeah. There is something cooking. You never see the vice president Koka too much than before. After the election, when he won it, when he's a godfather of Nima County now, he's a godfather. There is something cooking that Koka want to take different train. He too get political ambition. Listen to me. Listen, let me remind Liberians. You remember before Prince Johnson death? Before Prince Johnson death, Prince Johnson had met the former president on a Saturday. On a Saturday, they had planned to meet. Prince Johnson told the president two text messages or a false message. But when the president won't play that video that was fast here. Prince Johnson wanted to meet the president on Saturday. But in that scene when the Prince Johnson died, Prince Johnson wanted to discuss apologize to the president. There's something cooking, Prince. There's something cooking. The MDR too, the MDR, they're not so happy too. They're not so happy with where they appointment because they brought Jeremiah Kun to power. But most of them not getting the benefit. So there is something cooking. I hear it, got me break it here. A happy. Let me break it here. I hear him gossip that Coca want to come to the CDC. I don't know that fact. I said gossip. They're not confirmed. But Coca Sako planning, the one for Coca want to come to the CDC. Let me tell the CDC here today. The way they stop on when Coca won't come to the CDC, they will get open hand. They will open their hand to him too. They put it as strategy. No matter what happy when not happy, you can accept anything. Anything. When Coca wants to jump the train or jump the boat, we shouldn't be stubborn. We can welcome him because he know he Prince Johnson ready. Prince Johnson had a lot of discussion with him. The former president who had met Prince Johnson, but he never happy until he died. You never know. A lot of things cooking in Monrovia coming by 2026 to 2027. But just informing the sedition here. When Coca want to join the train, if he want to join the train, I said gossip in the country. He want to come. He got great ambition too. You know, he thinking that all of them thinking he too can be vice president. He thinking he can be vice president of George Weah. That he wanna thinking too. Fast. I'm telling you something. I said that gas is circulating in no circle. In a circle. He too get ambition for become vice president. He too want it. When somebody happy, hey. That was not happening.
So what I'm also getting, the information I'm getting is that Koga is planning to go as a standard bearer for the MDR. From the information I'm getting, we can get information different sources. Koga is planning to go as the standard bearer of the MDR. That's what he's planning to go at. Because currently he is with the NDR. And remember, Jeremiah Kun had distanced himself. Remember that he left from the NDR and he's now part of the Unity Party. So now it's like the NDR now is looking at Koga as that particular man, that the building, almost like building a kind of, very good consensus around. According to the information that I've gathered. In fact, when he came here to the United States, when Koga was here of recent, I don't know where he gone, but when he was here of recent, he met with some Libanians, and that is the discussion. That is what they are planning. That Koga is going to fully take over the MDR. In fact, right now, according to the information that we have also gathered, is that Koga is planning to do a kind of other retreat or so, or some kind of retreat with the NDR. They are planning. In fact, there are people here in the States, some Libanians that are even raising money for that particular cause. They are raising money. So what they are going to be doing, observe, they are going to now be opening the MDR. Because some of the discussion that was held here in the United States here was that, Koga should not take the mantle of authority with the NDR, visit other counties, see how best he can spread the tentacles of the NDR in other counties. So as we go along, fellow Liberian, these are things you will observe. Koga is somebody who is ambitious. Jeremiah Kun is also ambitious. So who is going to let down who, their desire for what? That is going to be another Rick Monroe right there. That is going to be another Rick Monroe. But as I speak to you, this is what is happening. This is the discussion. Hello, you getting me? Yeah, I think I'm clear. So this is what is happening. So Koga is now, because Jeremiah Kun has already disassociated himself from the MDR. So
Yes.
Jeremiah Koga is now seriously engaged with the MDR. In fact, there have been series of meetings. We get our insiders. There have been series of meetings. They have been having series of meetings, and the NDR is now planning, to kind of spread their tentacles. They have more like been restricted to Nimba to some extent. Nimba has small in Mosorado. So now they are about to go out. So one of the reasons why Koga came here is to get people who will be able to support that particular ambition. That was the major reason why you saw Koga here. When Koga came here, that was the major reason. Koga is now rallying the base of Sonny Banians to be able to support him because he has put out there the information that NDR, Nimba County Party, Jeremiah Kun is no longer part of the party. To the extent that when Koga came here, he even said some things about how you call Jeremiah Kun, and said that Jeremiah Kun was ungrateful for the fact that
Johnson.
Prince Johnson gave the
Mm-hmm.
MDR slot to he Jeremiah Kun, and at the end of the day, when he became vice president, instead of staying with the MDR, working with the NDR and strengthening the NDR, that the NDR can even be NDR and he can stay, like for example, Madam Joy Howard Taylor. She did not join the CDC. She was still a
Yeah,
member
she
of
had it.
the MPP. She had her own
Yeah, yeah,
party, and she still stand-up bearer
yeah,
of a party. So Jeremiah
yeah.
Kun told the people here in America that, Koga told the people that Jeremiah Kun was ungrateful for the fact that he was able to, after using the MDR, to be able to establish, himself, and the NDR pushed him to become the vice president. Now that he is the vice president, he has turned his back on the NDR. He has turned his back on the India. So there are people who are now aligning with Koga and saying that, look, Koga, you know what? We stand behind you. We will be with you. We will support you. So Koga, in recent time, you're about to see it. The NDR is about to now start, spraying out. They are now, they are planning some other activities, going here, going there, and the rest of it. That is what is about to happen. So there is going to be this serious, Rick Monroe. And with this particular justice minister that is announced to be appointed, fellow Liberians, like I said to you, and I have a video that I want to play. These people are not playing. They are going all out. Let me play you this video where Madam Edith Gonglo, where supporters were even denied going to certain areas. Here is it. Let me play you this video.
They are here making plan with us. They said that woman should not even step down to talk. They are here making plan. They send their boss and they went to Ghana. They are here. They're not easy in government right now. They're not easy. So you see, the person a woman has speed. So what government that I'm on government why they oh my cake so you say what I never care oh my we get to so government what I know that care why cake oh my mama what is it oh group I got that thing yo what is it what crazy ko let's say but what is it.
Now, this is just the video that I'm showing you. You saw what happened, and this is my surprise. Do you know that with all that intimidation, all of these so-called observers, none of them were able to give any report? They were subdued. They were being bribed by Jeremiah Kun,
Yeah,
these local
yeah.
observers. What we saw in Nimba was pure intimidation. There were intimidations, and these things that happened in Nimba was completely against the the neck laws or the neck rules for people going to participate and run their campaign freely without any intimidation and etc. But guess what happened? At the end of the day, all of what that happened in that particular Nimba, we didn't hear about it. We see no report. Nobody talk of the violence that went on. Edith Gonglo, where people were denied. In fact, in some areas, she could not even go there to go and campaign. I just show you the video here. So what they are doing with this particular justice minister, that Joseph Newman Boakai has how you call Chief Justice. Sorry, the Chief Justice that Joseph Newman Boakai has just nominated. What is about to happen, fellow Liberian? Jeremiah, you're about to see now Jeremiah Kun is about to start moving. He's about to start moving. He's about to start moving. Because the man is part of the Unity Party now. He is part of the Unity Party. He is about to start moving to form his bases in the Unity Party. And Kwekwe Bese might be able to lend a helping hand to him. Because if this man cannot stand on his word and say, look, what I said was what I said, and I'll repeat it to the extent that he went to court and said, me, I will not talk, I will keep quiet, then you must know that this man can be easily compromised. If a lawyer, you that is supposed to be independent, 3 branches of government, the legislative branch, the judiciary branch, and the executive branch, you that is supposed to stand your ground and say, look, this is what I say, this is what I mean, and I will repeat it. Only for you to say, me, I'm not talking, I will not talk, me, I don't want to talk anything. Then you must know that this particular man cannot be trusted. He cannot be trusted. Because if that's small intimidation, they call you, oh, Lekoto, the people threaten you, and bam, you kept quiet. What can you say when push comes to shove?
Pray, you
Yes,
see,
sir.
me come 1 minute. Pray, you see what? Me say something here to the followers here. Now, please help to share our video. Prince,
Yeah.
I say by 2027, by 2028, it will be a beautiful gaming Liberia. Prince, you know, Tomo Fala, they want to be vice president too. You know, Tomo Fala also to be vice president. Jeremiah tapping up already. He said, oh, I'm from Nima County. So you from Lofa. The big, this country that really huge vote area then. So when you can, I can win Nima, you win something, then we fight for other countries in Liberia, probably we can be the next president, we'll be the next president, vice president. Please let me tell to the sedition and what's stubborn. That our business, me I'm talking, I think I'm a fan of the president. A coca, a time to plan a time for the CDC to plan C. Disregard what happened at the past, left goes on. It's time. Let me tell Liberians, the MDR is similar to the CDC. The MDR of Prince Johnson that passed to Coca now. Prince, Coca is a golf, you like it or not, Coca is a godfather of Nima County. He took that touch. He jumped over a cousin Bali. Everybody saw that ratio that was displayed on social media all part of the world today. Even people all on YouTube. He's a head of that whole. He replaces a cousin Prince Johnson, that tradition. CDC, we don't got, besides Joy, we're not looking for plenty, you're not looking for plenty vice president. No. A Coca, you can take Coca to be vice presidential candidate, it will be a possible you can win the 2029 election, Nima County. It's Jeremiah Kun originally, he's not from Nima County, he's from the southeast. He would no matter he grew up, he born there, a family when they born him. He originally the Nibalian know, the MDR people know. So the way CDC people stop and they let process, they let all kind of things then. Imagine United Party, Boakai was a head. Everybody was taking on Nyombli Kanga. Everybody was taking on Komis and Nyombli Kanga. You can still remember. Because Boakai they wanted to win, they don't go professional. Prince Jose King directed to the old man, he said, let's say I can deliver Nima County if you carry my son. The papa said, you sure? He said, no, I know where George, we are a king. George, we are there, the official. Now, George, we are there, we started Prince Jose. Let me tell you the truth today. That the sovereignty of George, we are there. I will call it Nia today. I don't care. I told you, I don't care. I don't care. You ever go ask somebody to it. You say, why left here? You ever ask somebody to answer that question? I call it a need. The other lady want to parallel stupid thing or preaching. Papa, you know, say, Papa, you develop Nima country. Preaching say, nothing now. Preaching was ready for dummy CDC people. Your cause a day election here. The summit to all your conditions. Your cause job at a day election here. Oh, everything preaching wrong. Bagana pay Prince Johnson. But can not pay money to Prince Johnson whatsoever that happy or Jeremiah couldn't get put me on the ticket yet? That every part of the world, Money hands, they can exchange any money, politics, everything, sports, everything can happen. You just sit down there, the president had everything in your corner, you blackmail the president, or you development not enough. You country that traditional country, love finding that traditional country. Traditional country. You see how the people vote for that brother Joseph Boakai? Some for the fight, all the fight there, but the people win local country. Because that today that some of them are going to a traditional people. So see the hierarchy, the ministers in that was surrounding George Weah, and you're afraid to call that name, I will call that name. I will call that name. They blow last on each other, never had no problem with the late Prince Johnson. The only thing call Yellow Johnson, you had the discussion and you're talking because Yellow love is elected president. Yellow marry crew woman. Yellow marry a crew woman, a west or crew from the sea south east. They never be our corner because the greediness of our ministers and today. They lie to the president a lot of time. Oh, we develop Nima, we don't need Prince Johnson not relevant. A blow them in the face. Prince Johnson in the corner, that money you will exchange that money. Jeremiah not going to come on the ticket. Jeremiah going to come on the ticket. Everything was in the bus for CDC. Everything was in the win for CDC because of the greediness of our ministers and the things there. Because they can't even compensate money. You're meaning all the citizens in the country. You don't share with the citizens in the country. That's why the citizens they all get angry. They voted against you. Because you don't share. The person say you share, you don't share. Then you win there. Then your election lost in Nima County. That the hierarchy of CDC. I say, Samuel 12, I elect. All of them they called. Not only one, they get a whole group. They call. The lot of former President George Weah that Nima not relevant, Prince Johnson not relevant in the country. What's wrong with your people? It's all this time. If Coca won't come to be if Coca won't come to be vice president of George Weah for Nima country, CDC must accept it. They must accept it. We don't need no money from Coca. We just need a support MTR just CDC. Let me tell you now. You're whole day you're in the country. You're lying to the former president, but you're fighting for the president to come back now. While you have to get your gravy back. So, Prince, the CDC get big bling in our election laws, all the hierarchy of CDC, beside the cheating that went on in the country, because they never play that game right with the president. They lie to the president. The president infused money within CDC. Most of them ate that money. They ate that money. They lie to the president. They never had enough pool. So all these things there. How can a ruling party, then you see opposition intimidating you? Because you are lied to the president that the thing was in the election will be win with the first round and the first line in lie. Oh, Papa will win the election with Leinster the first round. And the first round, CDC won. But the second round, the game will play. Everything changed around. That's how the president got angry and conceded. But the CDC hierarchy, the so-called ministers then, they don't want to do damage to the president bill for 2 terms. Now the fighting battle come around the president again for him to become president, to run again, become president again. So they got to claim they're claiming another hill or mountain again. He said everything was in the bag for CDC. But the so-called minister and the director and the so-called people that the president surrounded and said, wait, today, they lied to the president. None of them were loyal to the president. I want today, they had that beef, all of them, but the president never had no beef with Yelu. They created that beef with Yelu. They created that beef with the late Prince Johnson. May so rest in peace. They created that beef, their beef. The real people, they bring their own post. So they stand. If we hearing the gossip, if Coca want to come to the CDC to say, Mr. President, yeah, I'm going to come to you. I want to be vice president. You're allowing to be. Everybody fighting for power now. So he's the original son of that particular county. He's the original son, not Jeremiah Kun. No. He's an MDR godfather now. He's a Nima County godfather. The power touched to him. And the people respect that tradition. So they're the one, the hierarchy of CDC, they're the one cause that second, they're the one cause that election. Because if Prince Johnson going to be on George Weah's side, Jeremiah Kun was never going to become vice president. They were only going to go to Yomli Kanka was the first church for Grand Bassa. Probably they take Bassa, no problem. But the other country going to be for George Weah. They win the election. But because the greediness, the pettiness, the hatred, they were working. I call most of them spy. They were never loyal to George Weah because they felt they were highly educated than George Weah. They went to school and they see men pay that school fee in the University of Liberia. They bunch of liars there. I can't stand some of them. I'll be fast for you. I can't stand them. Then they won't cause CDC. I said, Prince, the map was written. Even United Party people, they were shocked they won that election. They never had no chance to win that election. Never. Because the CDC people never played the card the right way. They lied to the former president. And he believed in them. Development was not enough in Nima County. And yet now, we hear regards him circulating that Jeremiah Kun won't take Thomas Fowler to become the next to be because for Lofa County, he won't be vice president for Lofa. He won't be. He will take Thomas Fowler to be vice president for Lofa County. I want Thomas Fowler to get ambition too. Now he won't become vice president too. He won't become big person too. So everybody won't be higher in left. So he too now he flipped the other side. So if anything happen, we gotta take Coca on board. We take Coca quick. Then we see what will happen in the market now. That power now. Everybody fighting for power. Everybody fighting for power. But besides the president, who the vice president? Let me ask a citizen here now. Do you hire Taylor? I know you can take out to become vice president again. Who you can take now to become vice presidential candidate to George Weah? Just name me who you can take to become vice presidential candidate. Let's see. We see everybody in the country now. Who you can take that can bring vote for CDC? Who the person that for Nima County? Basso there, everywhere we fight over a Nyomli there, we fight for Nyomli there vote. We fight for Benete there vote. We call them in group. They all part of the opposition now. So that hey, we're not taking comments. We're not even dealing with because for the two people, we're not even taking comments. No, we're not taking comments. Coming now will be vice president. We take it with CDC will take over. You play nasty and radical politics in our country. That time to play that kind of politics now. You bring MDR on the board. You bring MDR. They are all parties. They're like George Weah. They're a party of the people. MDR are a party of the people that are in the trenches. They're not elite. So to do damage in Nima County, that one CDC need to be thinking. They need to think out of the box now. That my own suggestion to them. Maybe they get a political gain and I'm part of them. Whatsoever, they will never want to listen to anybody because they know it all. They know it all. That what today we lose out. The former president lose that election today. He go for them to tell the president the fact, yeah, let's get a president one money, we gain the money. Other people and United Party spraying money to that, and they bury former president there. You think that Iraq is spinning? They bury trouble there. They rebury trouble there whatsoever. That made thousands of dollars in the spending. Over $100,000 in the spending. You think that easy thing to do? Somebody do the number of money they spend. So to get Prince Joseph money to win election, you're lie to the president. They can see someone that's stay in the inner circle of the president. Where you're in your spot and where you're staying in the inner circle of the president. The only lawyer may I see now, Prince, I want to lie. The only lawyer may I see now with George Weah, that Kimiya, Nana, RJCE, only Kimiya. All the rest, most of them get questioned. For me, I've seen it from outside. I'm here. I'm not in the saga. Left is about loyalty. I'm not talking about Kalasco, they think I didn't know. I'm talking about real politicians when get stake in the country. Kune Kimiya get real, is a loyalist now to the president. No matter how, that's why you see the guy dragging into the court. But beside all the other former people, they no, I don't care where they are today. Where they are. When the president traveling, you can see them. When the president, no, they're forcing ourselves. When the president travel to Europe, they force ourselves because the president will get some kind of money in Euro to share with them. No, but they're not loyal. In the levels, and the problem with Liberian people, they all inside us are, we're not loyal. Lawyers, we not all a half of Liberian to be loyal. No, we quite to flip. We never loyal. I want today, all this thing happening in our country. The jealousy, enviness, embedded in our DNA. Heavily embedded in our DNA. We eliminating people for no reason. The hatred, the embedded in Liberians, all of us DNA, facts here. The hatred too much. So, Prince, I ain't there.
Look, I want us to look at this. Yeah, I want us to look at this last issue that has to do with, today what we saw with President Boakai, there is this thing that they are jumping around with, that President Boakai initiative is to reconcile the country. Of
With
recent,
their
we
body.
saw him taking, the taking a casket to Grand Jita, symbolic. They said they go bury. And today we saw him, with the uh, family of President William R. Tolbert, where they were signing book of, whatever it is. I want to ask you this question, and I want your take on this. Do you see this as a sincere approach for reconciliation, in Liberia, where you see him, at least identifying with family of, you know, uh, slain president? How do you look at this from your end?
But first of all, the word there. First of all, let Liberians sit down, people sit there following here, just as said, and look at the word in what dictionary, website, whatsoever dictionary there. If they can go to the Bible, or that if you Muslim, you go to the Quran, you Jewish man, you go to the Jewish book, any kind of book that you get fit in. Just said it by the word there. Prince, no. Prince, then why our born man, we cannot go sleep to the graveyard and everything. The dead, you dead. Prince, how can you, everyone said something on his story yesterday. I think he posted or he said something. Listen, it's too terrible. He said, he let Boakai seeing these dead people in a dream because he's old now. So he said, according to AB, he said, I think he said he saw that he seen the dead people in the dream trying to tell him, say, oh my man, well, yeah, you come here, all that kind of story. So Boakai only in the dead. No, they're not united. They're not united. They're not united. It's nothing. To reconcile the country, to bring to unify the country is simple. The people that live in not unifying, then they say the dead. When talk about family, got to do with this thing. Where do family got to do? Nancy gone. Samuel do gone long time. Mommy just looking for a job. Mommy, our whole didiba that happen in like as Liberian people call it didiba. All that thing that happen. Mommy just looking for a ready thing in job. Because after they bury her, and mommy not get job, she will be one of the most frustrated girl in the Republic of Liberia. I saying it. If mommy don't have a job on Boakai, it just slided that. She'll be frustrated, heartbroken. Maybe she will not know what to do. Yes. Mommy just junior she just junior to have job to maintain her lifestyle. Nothing else. Nothing. Probably she will work in Liberia or outside of Liberia. Maybe the president will sign out there. So to unify the country is very simple. It's very simple for the former president, for the present president, Joseph Boakai. Tell your police, call Greco Common security meeting, call all your security apparatus. Say, listen to me. I'm old now. I won't leave legacy. The first way to unite the country, don't listen. Let people get a free will here, free will of expression. We observe it on a judge. We are still good here. We were bambooting them, lying, saying all kind of things. Our job, Joseph Boakai stood in protest here. June 7 protested with my whole opposition group. Nobody cracked down on us. Nobody. They may never have political prisoner, freedom of speech, everything. Let it flow. That the first step. Call all the opposition leaders in the country. So you let meet. Let bargain be bargain. George we did that same thing, but most of them never turn up. Let bargain be bargain. Shake the president here or whatsoever. You gave the olive branch there. If the president can, if people say, yeah, the former president can. Yeah, or the other opposition in that can. So Joseph Boakai not to be blamed. It's easy to unite, but you cannot say from the dead you were unite. I saw Munade writing statement. I saw Munade writing statement. Oh, Joseph Baga doing a writing. That the rest statement, where direction. Muda, shame on you. Shame on all of your rich people for nothing. Because they sack you, you still looking for hope to get another job, or they should assign you different place. So you will never do, you will, I think he resigned, they never sack him. He resigned. So he just, like, you see, all these guys are hypocrite. No part of the world you will see them. You will see them talking about the dead. No, they can unite the country. You got to talk about your people that are living. You talk about we're facing bread and butter issue then here. They see bread and butter and used to talking high inflation in the country, high gas prices, the rate going to 200 and some more dollars. Nobody can take $20 in the market, get plenty of things anymore. Back rate prices going up. You see how the back rate skyrocketing like bro, you see anybody protest? It was only joy we are today. They will sing that country. They will sing. They will sing that country. Even in the very contest in Rebecca were expensive in Morovia. I was stable fool. When they almost killed job we have for, when they were causing no on the job, I can go to the free port of Morovia and show them tons of rest, millions of tons of rest, storing in free port of Morovia. It took all the media institutions, they kept me demeaning. All of them say, you follow me, liar, the videos are there. That what brought into that country. Inflation, everything back already going on here in the country. You not seeing any like protests? Nope. They're scared to put, they're scared. The common people that leave June 7, that leave June, July 17 protest. No, that leave it. A Mulu protest. About the every small thing will come on the street on a job we are. Therefore, back already, gasoline press, you'll see them when the people keep on gasoline, short gasoline, you'll see them demonstrating. They can't try it. Because the security apparatus, they started intimidation in King John, in Kankemon, at the first scene of Greco Common show. Because they were in opposition. They say we were allowed protests here, we'll get doomed. Because George hadn't allowed it, so we were not allowed it. So it made everybody fumble, it made everybody scared. Let's see how June 17 will go. Let me show me July 17 will go. Let's see how it will go. So, praying, you can never unite it. Leave it dead, man. That Joseph Boakai, they're not serious. I told you, I said they'll get every day, they'll get different activity. After they dead, after they dead talk about Suriname, I think they'll go for General Kuangba now. They'll go for General Kuangba. It's other people now to bury, to say they will bury. Yeah, they might do General Kuangba too.
You know, for me, I think this is something that I refer to as being hypocritical on the part of Joseph Newman Boakai. I just want to go a bit into history, right? In 1915, there were 72 crew chiefs that were executed under the leadership of Daniel E. Howell.
Wow.
These 75, they were actually 75 that were invited. They were invited for a peace conference in Monrovia. While they were at the peace conference, Daniel E. Howell ordered that 72 of them be arrested and executed.
Wow.
That's just one side of the story. There are so many areas where the so-called political elites executed our people. They executed our people. I gave an example. Some of you know of the story of Matilda Nipple. Oh, Matilda Nipple, fire gone. Oh, she do this, she do that. That is another story that maybe we find a time. But those that they kill, they are the indigenous. They were not fighting war. It was not really a war. The woman smoke purple fire there, fire. You call Sonny, oh, she killed the other point. But that's another story. But let's come to this particular 72 crew chiefs that were executed in 1915 by Daniel Howell. You know, there was this issue during those days of, slavery. One of the people in Liberia, according to the history of Liberia, that resisted the issue of slavery was the crew. They resisted it to the core. And because of their, how you call, or their seafarer knowledge. You know, they were in this issue of going on the sea, trying to, basically they were in this issue of going on the sea. They were seamen, they were sailors. Because of their knowledge in sailing, they established themselves along the sea coast, and they were in the business of trading along the sea coast. So during those years, the Liberian frontier force expanding, talk about the expansion of Liberia. During the expansion of Liberia, one of the people that actually gave the expansion of Liberia a so-called, expansion, a kind of bit a tough time, because they really wanted to know what was in it, this expansion, what they were going to benefit, and etc. was the crew. Because they said we cannot just open up without knowing what we are opening up for. There must be an explanation. Explain to us, what are we to benefit, and etc. So some of the chiefs that resisted so many things, that were very vocal, they spoke against, some of the way that they were treated, some of the way that they were being denied, and etc. etc. In an attempt to eliminate them, Daniel E. Howard said, "You come for peace conference. Let's sit down around the table, let's talk." Not knowing it was their execution. But what I'm saying basically is that you cannot talk about the issue of reconciliation when you are not able to look at the hard facts, bring it on the table, and say, look, my people, this reconciliation, let's start it from the common man. What Joseph Numa Boakai is doing is not reconciliation. No, it's not reconciliation. What Boakai is doing is just trying to invade and to take the public attention, like you said, from the cogent issue. What are the cogent issues? The bread and butter issue, unemployment, the level of armed robbery that have increased, violence has increased, mob justice, and etc. He just want to take the argument from there and focus it on what is not of relevance.
Yes.
It's not really of relevance. Look, let me say this. The family of President Tolbert, they have long gone past what happened. They have reconciled with themselves. And where they are as people, they are moving forward. The family of the late President Samuel Kando, they have far past that particular, era of hatred. They are moving on. What is of essence and important now is the issue of job creation, is the issue of the reduction in inflation, is putting food on the people's table. That is what is important. If even President Tolbert was going to be alive, he was going to tell Joseph Numa Boakai, or if he can speak, he will say to Joseph Numa Boakai, don't worry about me. Where I am laying there in peace. What you should be thinking of if this is the living, the people who are alive, how they are doing. Are they doing okay? That's what you should be thinking about. So all of these things that we are seeing, these are just diversionary tactics to take people attention from on the core issue. Level of corruption is not taking over the country. Every day there is another corrupt act that is going on. Joseph Numa Boakai is not even thinking about fighting corruption in a place, but he's going about witch hunting people. But again, fellow Liberians, we'll continue to come here to expose ills in society, to open the eyes of the Liberian people. And it is up to you to learn, to see it, and to be able to also join us in exposing the ill in society and making Liberia a better place. My brother Jake, I want to stop here and turn it over to you as you close from your end.
Yeah, Prince, let me bust on what you were saying about actually diverting everything, not talking about the main issue in the country that bothering the Liberian people. The people, he's saying, Prince, if this last survey where they went around asking everybody in the market places and other places that went viral, then they go do another survey, you hear Liberian people, they leave the market here, you go to people then from horses and horses.
Before you go ahead, to just inform you, the government of Liberia have threatened Spoon to stop their public opinion thing. They have threatened them. You will not see Spoon doing it. They have threatened them. The Ministry of Information have threatened Spoon. Their own station have threatened them. that they should forget about their public opinions on it. You will not see them going about it.
Wow.
Just now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They have threatened them. Oh, go
Let
ahead.
me say something. Let me say something. What I say, as you said, I would say already, they want to address the Unity Party led by the president. They want to address the real issue. They were putting everything at the feet of the former president. Anything that happened in the country, God, anything that happened at the president. Listen, we burying it, taking body from us outside, you burying it over all these things you doing, you signing condolence. Let me say here with no fear. So, Boakai ready now to go bury these people that Samuel Doe killed. There's people then that were important and shoot them. Listen, you see what they pack there today? You see what job we get vision? You see what I pack here today? The PHP pack. That where they land all these people are like from the two-week party government led by Tobo to land all these people in a kangaroo court room when they never got fair trial because of military rule. I can still remember according to the history. If I run somebody check me here. They arrested all of them. There was one man in America, if I'm not forgetting it, they call him Cecil Dennis. I can still remember the history we read out. He flew from America. Why he knew they finished overthrowing his government, they overthrowing the Togo government. He said he's innocent. He came from the States. The histories are there, the people must read it. He could live in America, seek asylum whatsoever. Cecil Dennis, he was working at the way the pleasure of the president. He never corrupt. He that guy flew and came back. They arrested him. All of them, they nailed them on the pole. The man came back. He thought he would get fair trial from the military junta at that time. They killed them. From that PHP part. If you go right to the PHP part, Georgia, there's something significant to the PHP part. You can go to the PHP part, they get us on in there. There's a pool in that part that's still in there. For Georgia telling people for them to not remember the past again. Why we bury when the people remember the past? Georgia carry that PHP part because family then used to go there, sit down there, do that. Georgia said no. Past are past, dead are dead. We will continue. Life goes on. It's part of our history. How he built our PHP part. I think one unification pole standing there. It's a symbol standing there for all the illicit meaning that that die in our crash, that die in our firing squad at time. So what Boakai will do with these people that Samuel Doe take these people in our family. We can overthrow for you to let these people go up, put them in prison, and free them later on, and judge them good. He came, they got kangaroo court, they executed all these people here. So when he to do, you do reburial for these people too, as you say, yeah. They don't know what to do. The United Party, they all agenda, they all policy. So now they're distracting the Liberian people. The real issue. They say they were smart to control the country. They're not smart, Prince. I told you, these guys are not smart. They are not making move. So anything they bring to the table for the president just agree with it. They say they do this. The people say are working. And all that money they're spending, while our hospital then get PP problem, heavy problem. That 100,000 and they're spending, all these things and they're spending. You can buy buses at our hospital. You can bring medicine for our very, very hospital then. You can face our public school then. What will a flag here? All these things then. But all these things here, Prince. When I want to unite the country, it's not that. No. It's not that. The there is the there. You gone. So all that thing, waking up, former president, they organize story then. So all the heroes in our fight for the own country whatsoever. You will rebury them. But then you love a friend back on Matthew then. They see back on Matthew from Grand Bassa County. They see back on Matthew struggle in that country. The Unity Party was ruling at that time. Honor Ellen Johnson said in Boakai. All of them were ministers at that time. During Samuel Doe time. Let me remind Liberians, the Boakai Mafia, all of them, the Boakai them, Boakai Mafia struggle in our country. Just a medical bill, they couldn't fly out of that country.
No
The
way, they
Unity
couldn't.
Party.
But you
They
need
couldn't fly out of that country.
my sister. You need tomorrow. Tomorrow will definitely be on, and we'll bring you on because it's about time for us to close. I just seen it. But I will definitely send you the link tomorrow. I will send you the link tomorrow. Yeah.
One of the great pioneer politicians in Liberia that ugly in our country because he never had medical benefits, he never had nobody to help him. Ellen Johnson said it, they left him stranded just for medical. So they will go over Boakai Mafia, then they do different things. Then they start digging history. Yeah, man, what happened our past? Our past.
I know.
250,000 Liberians lose their life in the Liberian Civil War. 250,000, according to statistics. Drugs are engulfed our nation because of the civil crisis that happened that engulfed our nation. Past is the past. Let's leave that thing. We gotta go forward. As long you dwell on your past, even in left, they left with living. You dwell on your past, you can never be successful because the past are part of the history, are part of life. Some past are there to strengthen you to become big tomorrow. Some past are there will make you powerful tomorrow. You are seeing millionaire, we are seeing billionaire, we are seeing this. They get that past. That past push them to other things them to today to become one of the greatest people. So if you dwell on your past, I can see Liberians still dwelling on their past. Plenty of Liberian girls and boys. People, they stay dwell on the past. No, it's part of the past. It's part of life. Go move forward, move on. But Liberian people are still on to the past. That's why today you can see it's not easy for us because we hold on to our past. No, let the past go. There's a reason why this thing happened. For you to go on another stage. For you to go on another stage. Some of them come, some of keep on this real slum. Never eat breakfast. I don't like breakfast. Because I never grew up with breakfast. And the fact I never grew up with breakfast. But Chris, the play God elevated me now. I'm not rich, but me, I sleep. I'm not playing when I'm boasting. People that know me in the Western world, people that know me when I go to Liberia, and I'm down to the finest restaurant in the world, sleep in the finest hotel in the world. Poor boy like me, poor from poor family. So I don't dwell on my past because the play I come from. No, I wear the finest clothes in the world. Fashion brand whatsoever. Anybody that know me, Jake, they know it. That I had left looking. I cannot dwell on the past because I was living on Baba room before. Then I'll say no be say be taking on Baba room or that stupid bed. They never have payload the team. I slept in the finest hotel there all in America, all part of the world. Dubai, they all part of the world, Qatar, they all part of the world. I've slept inside. So I don't think about my past. It's just part of my life. So most of them dwell on the past, pointing the whole on to the past. They don't let the past to move. They don't even be talking about the past. No, it happened. Move forward, grow, and you'll be a great person, great society. You think Joel will be thinking about Gibraltar? No, he never thought about Gibraltar. You don't think about Gibraltar. Gibraltar is part of a story. And that why people writing that kind of book there, where he started from. But the man, he's the greatest pinnacle of life now. He achieved everything as a Liberian. All over the world, it's a global icon. Global icon. He surpassed, I know there's other Nepal icon again said, he surpassed it. The man that came from the slum, he graced that land. He became the president of the Republic of Liberia beside a football accolade. Everything in life he achieved it. When they get heading somewhere and they get new continent or new something where other people going, Joel will go there with them. He achieved anything, he get nothing to learn. He don't come and say, oh, I'm from Gibraltar. So I say, holy, why I need to sleep. No. He achieved the greatest because why he was focused. He don't think about the past. Why he came today in power, he never brought any end to justice. Never. He continued to say, I will continue from here and put the country forward. So the Unity Party need to do the same thing. They shouldn't be talking about the dead. They should talk about the present.
Thank you so much, my brother, for taking the time off. Mefla Reese, tomorrow I will give you a call so we can see if you can join us tomorrow. But I want to thank all of you for taking the time off to be with us.
She's very eloquent.
Yeah,
I've seen her face. I listened to her story before. I listened to her face voting before. Yeah.
She's very much eloquent. Very, very eloquent.
That one,
and
that
smart.
they call Mafla.
Yeah. She's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's not easy
So
too. She's
we will get to you to tomorrow. I'll get. In fact, after the show, I will send you a text. I will send you a
yeah,
text.
she's smart.
You
She's
know,
very smart.
after the show. But thank you so much, my brother Jake, for taking the time
Yeah.
off. And we hope to meet again tomorrow. Thank you and
Okay.
bye. To all of you, we want to say thank you. Kindly follow the page, share the page, and like the page. Bye from our end.
Bye-bye.